Hey, welcome back, all you beautiful bulletproof handymen and women. I have great news. It's time for you guys to come enjoy a free, all inclusive weekend camping trip with me here in Tucson. I'll be providing all the fishing gear, all the camping gear, all the food, all the drinks. All y'all got to do is just show up and have a great weekend with your friends and family. And by the way, I'll also be doing all the setup of all the tents. I'll provide everything. You literally won't have to set anything up. You won't have to take anything down. You won't have to cook and you won't have to clean. All you got to do is show up. The dates for this are going to be Friday, September 20th through Sunday, September 22nd. In the description of this video, you're also going to find a link to the Facebook events page so that you can go reserve your spot. And if this one is a success, we're going to try to do one of these about every 6 weeks throughout the year. And I also want to point out that this is made possible by 𝗬𝗪𝗓. 𝗬𝗪𝗓 is sponsoring this entire campout to help make the first one happen. And if you don't know what 𝗬𝗪𝗓 is the CRM software that I've used to run my handyman business for the last 4 years. And I can tell you beyond a shadow of a doubt, I would not have succeeded to the level that I succeeded at without 𝗬𝗪𝗓. I literally run my entire business with it still to this day. And if you go to the description of this video, you'll find a link that you can click to get a free 14-day trial. This is no obligation. It's just a free 14-day trial for you to give it a try. And I do think if you give it a try, you're going to find that it's probably the best software for running your business as well. And if you use my link, it's also going to come with 20% off for the first 6 months. So let's go over some details for this camp out. This first one is going to be at Pena Blanca Lake. And all of the campouts in the future, they'll all be at lakes, so we can always include fishing. And we'll just change the elevation up and down as the seasons change to make sure we're always in some nice weather. But the first one's at Pena Blanca. It's a nice lake, plenty of fishing to be had there. There are boat docks and everything to take your kids on to fish off of, or you can actually launch a boat and do some boat fishing if you're close enough to bring your boat. The campsites, they all have picnic tables and covered awnings over the picnic table. So there's going to be a little bit of structure there for you. There are also bathrooms right across the road. It's just a short little walk to get to the bathrooms. So you're not going to be pooping in the woods or anything. You should know, however, that there is little to no cell phone service out there. So if you want to use your phone, you're going to have to go up and down the road one direction or another until you find some service. I've camped there many times, usually don't have to go far to get service. But also on top of that, I will be bringing Starlink and setting up Starlink about twice a day, probably sometime after breakfast and sometime before dinner. I'll hook up the Starlink system so y'all can get on the Wi-Fi, check your emails, return phone calls and text messages, catch up with everybody as you need. Now, even though I'll be providing all the gear and all the food and everything, you will still need to bring your own personal items and toiletries. And I'm going to suggest that you go ahead and bring your own pillow because I'm not going to be able to wash 24 pillows after every camp out. And I don't want to give you all dirty pillows. So bring your own pillow, bring your own personal items, bring your own toiletries. I will be providing all of the meals, which would include dinner on Friday night, breakfast, lunch, and dinner on Saturday, and breakfast on Sunday. Now, if you're there early Friday or if you stay late Sunday and I've still got enough food to whip something up for you, I'd be more than happy to do that as well. But those are the meals that I'm definitely going to be providing. That includes drinks, but I do want to say if you guys want snacks, like sugary snacks, chips, unhealthy sort of junk food, I'm not going to be providing any of that. So if you want some fun food throughout the day, bring some of that. And as far as the drinks, my drinks are not going to be a lot of sodas and stuff. So if you want sugar water, you're going to need to bring your own sugar water as well. I'll also refer you over to the Facebook events page, not only to RSVP your spot, but also to keep up on any updates that I have. Ultimately, I am going to put a list over there of specifically what gear I'm providing and a little list for you just to give you a heads up on stuff that you may or may not want to bring for yourself. And as a final wrap up, I'm just really excited to do this. Don't forget to go to the description to click the link to RSVP your spot. It's a Facebook events page. And don't forget to get yourself a free 14-day trial of 𝗬𝗪𝗓 and say thank you to them for sponsoring this first camp out, which will hopefully be the first of dozens, if not hundreds, to come. And with all that being said, I love you guys. I hope you're out there killing it, and I'll see you on the next one.